Hello and welcome to another edition of Stock Watch as we enter the middle of the trading week. Just looking at two big oil companies in America, ExxonMobil and Chevron in particular, the two of the biggest ones actually, as Joe Biden is basically saying that he's asking the Federal Trade Commission to investigate whether these two companies are doing a little bit of illegal activity with profit taking after obviously prices have dropped recently in oil, but at the pumps where people are filling up gasoline and oil as well for their cars and for other reasons, it's actually gone up by over 3%. So in a letter to the FTC, Biden says there's mounting evidence against anti-consumer behaviour in the market, noting that two of these largest oil companies, the ones in question, were planning billions of dollars of stock buybacks and dividends, even as prices at the pumps continue to rise. So, like I said, although unblended gasoline prices have been dropping, at the pumps it's actually rising as well. So there is that bit of large gap, but not everybody agrees with this sentiment, as the API, the American Petroleum Institute, has said the oil industry's big lobbyist group argues that gas prices are rising largely because demand is going up as the global economy revives, while production hasn't increased enough to keep pace. It's basically a supply-demand issue rather than something going on behind the scenes. So that'll be interesting to see if it's going to affect any of the recent price hikes that we've seen over the last few weeks. And looking at ExxonMobil first of all today, just looking recently, let's just put let's try with the Ichimoku cloud first of all. On the daily chart, as you can see here, prices have slumped quite significantly after this news that happened a few days ago and a few sessions ago. And with this 3% down, just put that in a better highlight for you, in a 3% slump, we're seeing now a little bit of a revival, which could mean we have filled the gap pretty much entirely, but will we receive resistance at this gap? We'll have to wait and see. So based on that as well, we'll see if that comes into effect. And for me, the fact that we've come away from this top border of the Ichimoku cloud is a big statement that we will see another shift to the upside. If we look on the intraday chart as well, we're just seeing at the moment, another move into the cloud, which is quite significant, because now that we've had a bit of engulfment with this last candle on the close of the session yesterday, it means that we could open and prices could move higher as well. So again, just looking at these recent peaks that we've been seeing roughly at the 65-66 end to see if we're going to have another shift to the upside. That could be quite significant as we move into the back end of 2021, because obviously oil prices have been very volatile. They've sank quite low in the last few trading sessions, but there has been an uptick recently. So if that's going to affect prices, we'll have to wait and see as well. And just a quick look on Chevron as well, just seeing what the opportunities are on the daily chart first of all. And as you can see here, very, very great growth there. We're seeing another dip of 3% with the recent news of the investigation by Joe Biden. However, as you can see, it hasn't really affected sentiment too much, and we have had that bounce back. And now we are looking to the upside again for another fresh high around the 118 area. So that's quite significant. Trading very far away from the Ichimoku cloud as well. Very, very good progress there from the stock. Doesn't look like slowing down. Obviously, Chevron looks like it's doing better than ExxonMobil with the share price. However, we'll see what happens as we get into, well, as I said, into the last area of quarter four for the year. And on the 4-hour chart as well, we're seeing at the moment, just for a bit better perspective, a dip into the cloud, but a shoot straight back out of the cloud as well. So that's very significant. There was a bit of a sell-off due to the fundamental news. We can't help fundamental news. It happens, and the stocks do really trade on that. And obviously investor sentiment is actually hit very hard when there is a big headline coming out for stocks in general. So with that being said, we're looking for another fresh push to the upside like we saw on the daily chart, and we'll see how far it can start pushing up. Obviously the first target will be the last really big peak at 118 roughly, and then we'll see if we get another move to the upside as well. So these are the things I'll be looking out for in the next few trading sessions as we enter the back end of the trading week as well. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. As usual, any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.